Millie Weaver reporting for Infowars.com. We're here outside the Austin, Texas Capitol, the capital of Texas. And so what brings you out here today?
We're out here to bring awareness to veterans issues. We're marching with Veterans March on America and Victory for Veterans. And that's an organization that the creator sold his house, sold everything, and he's going on a bike ride to raise funds to try to fund a lot of these organizations that help veterans in these different areas.
The idea behind this march really started with a conversation between two guys about bringing refugees into the country and housing them, and which rapidly turned into, look, we've got 54,000 minimum estimates, 54,000 homeless veterans in this country. Let's do something about that. And so, marching in cities across the country, we hope to march in every capital in the country. We ended up with about 14 cities, which we still feel is a win.
I'm here to support Veterans March across America. I'm an Army veteran of 5 years. I got out in '92. I'm also the vice commander of my American Legion post in Mercedes, Texas. So veterans issues and treatment of veterans and the veterans health support system is important to me.
I'm all about the vets helping vets. I run the American Legion of South Austin here. I'm one of the youngest members of my post, so now I'm out here to support veterans. And I was a 6-year active duty Navy corpsman, 3 combat tours. So it's like I'm out here whenever we get a chance, when veterans get a chance to rally, I believe that we should rally. Our voices are being silenced before, but I think now they're starting to be louder and come louder and louder. I think the public's starting to see that as well.
I just got discharged from the Marine Corps for serving 5 years. So I was just on Facebook scrolling through. I saw this group, so I was following them, and I saw they have an event today. So I was just curious, show up, see what it's about. I'm all new to this, so. But I feel like this is a good cause, marching for veterans to prevent suicidal and homeless. That's what I'm all about.
I write a blog at separatingfromservice.com that helps veterans to understand what's going on in their brain and their mind as they transition out of the military and back into the civilian world. And so it gives a lot of helpful advice on what civilians can do to help reintegrate veterans and what veterans should understand and realize what's going on in their minds and their bodies as they reintegrate back into civilian life. Understanding what's happening is the first step to mitigating how difficult it can be.
I'm a veteran myself, so whenever they said we were doing the march to raise awareness for PTSD and homeless veterans and stuff, I was like, hey, why not? Let's do it. I mean, we're not doing anything else but hanging out in Austin, so let's at least do something for a good cause while we're here.
Exactly. What do you think about the high numbers of veteran suicides in America?
Really bad, but I'm assuming that's because we're not either giving them enough services for psychiatric. And I know that they talk about the drugs that they're giving them, but I know that, there's other things we can give them that wouldn't be those kind of drugs.
I think we need to take better care of our vets, and we need to find ways to put money more in the VA hospitals and find a way to take care of our own here, within the United States before we start giving billions of dollars away to other countries for other reasons.
I think that the quality of the care is not what it should be. There's long been a lot of pressure to overprescribe medications for veterans instead of getting them really proper and intensive mental health care across the transition spectrum. Instead, they over-medicate them, and in many cases, those improper medications lead to veteran suicides instead of mitigating them.
I mean, I've seen it, the hours you wait in a VA hospital, and you get shifted from the Austin VA to the Temple VA to get treatment that you can receive in a local doctor here. It's horrible.
So are you happy with how Trump has been speaking in regards to helping the veterans?
Yes. So hopefully you can get them through.
He's shown that he supports veterans and law enforcement alike. So I do have a lot to hope that he's going to take care of that.
I think he's holding the VA accountable now. He's holding everybody on the higher echelon of like the veterans care and veterans groups on the Capitol Hill. He's holding them accountable for what they've actually been doing. So all these issues coming up with the wait times for the VA, he's actually been leading the charge on that, I believe. So it's like, I think he is going to be turning around the VA healthcare system.
You know, we're here to hold the VA accountable, and not here to start a war with the VA, but, you know, we want to see them do, you know, honor the commitments that they have. You know, they have missions, visions, and values posted on their websites too, and some of those could be honored a little better.
And I don't think that people understand the magnitude of the mental health crisis for veterans. I personally have 7 close friends who've killed themselves in the past 5 years. You know, so much of it was due to a lack of proper mental health care, either while they were still in service or as they were separating.
You know, when I signed my contract, I fought for this country, but I also believe in what this country is all about. You know, welcoming people in. But of course, then you can't neglect veterans. That's just the wrong thing to do.
We can't put refugees before our veterans. We got to take care of our own before we can take care of anybody else.
So we're just here to kind of have our voices heard, and we're doing it here on the steps of the Capitol because this is the beginning, because we're going to start here and then we'll be taking our voices inside so that the legislature can hear it.
Do you think that we should support our veterans?
Yeah, we should. They fought for us, so we got to fight for them.
You don't realize it until like the next day. Until like the next day, you're like, oh, my shoulders.
You know, my favorite thing in country to do, man, is whenever we have our pack on and our flag is full battle.
Oh, thank you, Infowars. Thanks for coming out and helping us tell this story for our veterans.
Thank you. Thank you very much for helping put this on.
Yeah, you bet. That's our first shot, and there's going to be more of these.
This is awesome, this group of people. This is an awesome group of people. But I really feel like we can do better for our veterans. We've seen groups of people come out here in Austin, larger groups coming out to support illegal immigrants. So I think we can do better for our veterans. Let's all get out here on Monday, May 29th for Memorial Day. Let's show these veterans just how much we appreciate their service, and let's go out there to memorialize and remember the veterans that have died and fought for our rights.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
God bless our veterans. This is Millie Weaver signing off for Infowars.com.
Thousands of years ago, there was a basic form of chivalry. Our ancestors would hear the drums of war, giving the warriors of the tribe a chance to organize and prepare a defense. 60 years ago, when foreign air forces were approaching filled with bombs, they had drums of their own, air raid sirens. But in the 21st century, there are silent weapons for quiet war. Pathogens added to the food and water and to the lining of plastics that destroy our vitality, turn off our hormones, and accelerate our journey towards death. I personally counter this onslaught with Anthroplex. Anthroplex is designed with known organic concentrated herbs to create the basic foundation to normal metabolic activity inside the human body. Discover why Anthroplex is turning so many heads today. It's time for us to take our bodies back into our own hands, and it starts at InfoWarsLife.com with Anthroplex.